Welcome to Raaonline. Today we will discuss about first and second layer of sole. So today's competency will be describe and demonstrate the major muscles of back of leg with their attachment and nerve supply action, and describe and demonstrate the origin, course, relation, branches and termination of important nerve and vessels of back of leg. So here we should know one thing. In lower limb, the muscles in the sole will be classified into layers. Unlike the upper limb, so in upper limb, the hand muscles, we divide the intrinsic muscles of hand into groups like thenar, hypothenar, lumbricals, like that. We divide into groups. So here in lower limb, the muscles of the sole are divided into layers. So there will be a muscles in the first layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer. Like that we divide the muscles of the sole into layers. So today we are going to discuss about the first and second layer of the sole. So let's start with the first layer. So first layer, it consists of three short muscles. So here you can see three muscles in the first layer. So these muscles lie side by side and all the three muscles arise, see here, from the calcaneum. So the first muscle, medial most muscle is Abductor Hallu, and the middle muscle is Flexor Digitorum Brevis, and the lateral most muscle is Adductor digiti minimi. Okay, so these are all the muscles in the first layer. Now we will see about the individual muscles one by one. First we will see about the Abductor Hallu. So hallu means the muscles going to attach into the great toe, hallux. So like in the upper limb, we call the pollex, the thumb. Here it is hallux or great toe. So this Abductor Hallu is going to act on this great toe. So it is the abductor of the great toe. So this muscle lie along the medial border of the foot, and it arises from the medial calcaneal tubercle as well as from the flexor retinaculum. So this is the origin of Abductor Hallu. So insertion, if we see the insertion, this muscle runs on the medial aspect of the sole and goes and insert into the medial aspect of the base of the proximal phalanx of the great toe. So this is the proximal phalanx, distal phalanx. So this muscle insert into the proximal phalanx and on the medial aspect. Okay, so this is origin and insertion about Abductor Hallu. So here it is supplied by the medial plantar nerve. Just remember, there are two nerves in the sole, like the ulnar nerve in medial nerve in hand. Here we will have medial plantar nerve and lateral plantar nerve. So the medial plantar nerve, which will be equivalent to median nerve of the hand, so it will be supplying the Abductor Hallu. So action of this muscle will be, it will produce flexion and abduction of great toe, and this movement will be retained only in barefooted peoples. So in shoe wearing peoples, this movement will not be possible. So Abductor Hallu is the abductor of the great toe. So now moving on to the next muscle, that is Flexor Digitorum Brevis. See here, Brevis means short muscle, you all know, short muscle, and digitorum means to the digits, other toes. Okay, so it resembles the Flexor Digitorum superficialis of the forearm and hand. So we had a muscle in the upper limb. In the forearm, the muscular portion will be in the forearm and the tendinous portion will be in the hand. That muscle is Flexor Digitorum superficialis. So this Flexor Digitorum brevis is equivalent of that muscle. So it lies in the center part of plantar aponeurosis. Remember the plantar aponeurosis, the deep fascia of sole. So it lies just deep to the center part of it. And origin, if we see the origin, it arises from the medial tubercle of calcaneum. So if we trace distally, it divides into 4 tendons and will be inserted into the lateral 4 toes. So if we look at the insertion, see here, all these slips, all the 4 slips reaches the middle phalange, where it divide into 2 to allow the other tendon, that is the Flexor Digitorum longus tendon, and then it will be attached to the sides of the middle phalanx. Okay, so this is proximal middle distal phalanx. So this flexor digitorum brevis will be attached to the sides of the middle phalanx. This flexor digitorum brevis is supplied by medial plantar nerve, and it will be producing the plantar flexion of lateral 4 toes. So that is about the action of flexor digitorum brevis. So coming to the third muscle in the first layer, that is abductor digiti minimi. So this abductor digiti minimi means you all know it is going to the little toe. So this muscle lies along the lateral border of the foot. You can see that here, and it arises from both the tubercle of the calcaneum, medial as well as lateral tubercle of the calcaneum, and it goes distally and attached to the lateral side of the base of the proximal phalanx of the fifth toe. So before passing through, reaching this side, it will be passing, grooving the plantar surface of the fifth metatarsal bone. See here, this is fifth metatarsal. So it is grooving this plantar surface of the fifth metatarsal bone. And this muscle is supplied by, so this is a lateral most muscle, so it will be supplied by lateral plantar nerve, and this muscle will produce flexion and abduction of the little toe. So that is about abductor digiti minimi. So in the first layer, we have abductor hallucis, flexor digitorum brevis, and abductor digiti minimi. So these are three muscles which is present in the first layer of the sole. Here we have a special muscle known as Wood's muscle. These are nothing but, see here, this is abductor digiti minimi, right? So few slips will arise from this abductor digiti minimi and will be attached to the tubercle of fifth metatarsal. So that fibers are known as Wood's muscle. So the medial fibers of abductor digiti minimi are inserted into the tubercle of fifth metatarsal bone, and that is known as Wood's muscle.